7 signs you intimidate people without knowing it. You walk in. You haven't said a word, and somehow, the energy in the room shifts. Most people think intimidation comes from aggression, from someone loud who forces attention. But that is not what this is. There is a quieter kind of presence, one that doesn't demand attention, but draws it anyway. One that doesn't threaten anyone, and yet makes certain people deeply uncomfortable without a single word. Psychologists call this nonverbal psychological dominance, and the people who carry it almost never realize it. Here's what makes this strange. These people are rarely the loudest in the room. They are often the ones who feel invisible inside, who question themselves, who wonder why connection sometimes feels harder than it should. The very thing that unsettles others is the same thing that quietly isolates them. Psychologist Albert Mehrabian found that over 55% of all communication is nonverbal. Before you speak, your presence has already said something. The question is, what is it saying? These are the 7 signs. 1. You don't seek approval, and people feel it. There is something unsettling about someone who genuinely doesn't need validation. Not because you are cold, because you are complete. And that self-containment reads as quiet power. 2. You are comfortable in silence. Most people rush to fill it. You don't. To you, silence feels calm. To others, it feels unreadable, and unreadable feels threatening. 3. People explain themselves around you without you asking. You ask one simple question and get a full defense. You weren't judging, you were curious, but your presence makes people feel evaluated. 4. You hold eye contact without forcing it, not as a power move. You are simply present. But real eye contact makes people feel seen, and not everyone is comfortable being seen. 5. You say no without over-explaining. Most people soften it, apologize, add reasons. You don't. That kind of clarity is rare, and it unsettles people who have never learned to hold a boundary themselves. But here's where it shifts. Everything so far sounds like strength, and it is.